Alright, YouTube, what up? It's Nisi with League of Legends Season 7 coaching. Got Riven. Top. Let's see what we can do here. I'm often told this matchup is actually easy for Riven. Alright, first complaint. Oh, what the fuck? First complaint, you tanked way too much damage to that camp. Don't ever tank that much damage. This is really bad early. Your health bar is like this much gone, which is like ridiculous early level, especially versus Darius. There's no excuse for that. And you're also telling him that you leashed by doing so. You don't really want to tank damage, like ever. And now he gets to punish you. And you can see you're not feeling too confident right now because of that. The good news is Rek'Sai's cheesing level 3. First thing, I mean, this is weird because this is going to be nerfed. I'm following this now because I'm jungling now. So this route is going to be nerfed basically. You're no longer going to be able to get level 3 off of this. I don't know if, I think you can get level 3 going this, and then you could jump. I think it'd be pretty cool. Like you could jump into the scuttle, take that, and get level 3 for a gank. But you're not going to get this 240 timing window anymore that people have been getting. Pretty absurd. Here you just want to take a bad trade. Next time. Oh, okay. You need to come up with ways to get Darius to aggress you and basically get checkmated, because in terms of how does Darius die here, we know that Rek'Sai is the only jungler that's going to be topside. It's Darius didn't start blue like we saw him come into lane. Or I'm sorry, Darius started blue. We saw him come into lane the same way that you came into lane. So we know that Master Yi started blue, is basically what I'm saying. So the odds of Master Yi being topside are pretty slim, right? I'm going to turn off the fog, though, just so you know that I'm not hindsight heroing it. But the way that we kill Darius here reliably in these types of situations as Riven is you really just want to bait. So what I would do is if we look at this strategically and we think, how do we get Darius to die? You really want to just kind of queue into him stupidly, get him to chase you, and then E out this way so that Rek'Sai can get a free knock up and kill. Rek'Sai's 2 levels ahead of Darius, or a level ahead of Darius, and he's got red buff. So that means that all you really have to do is pull Darius into a compromising spot and then he's dead. But the way you play it is you kind of just like, watch. You kind of just go into him like a normal trade. And you don't really give like, you could have just queued forward, taken a bad trade, cheated this way, and then E'd out here, and then pull the skank in, and potentially get the kill in. But you see what I mean? Like, Rek'Sai has to do like a funky route now, and he has to come out of the brush right away, which doesn't really get you, doesn't really set up a reliable gank. At this point, I'm thinking, well, I want you to notice the position that you're in. Part of the reason that you can't really, like, just push and get out of the way reliably is because you tanked so much damage on the level 1 leash, which should not, like I said, never should happen. You're also really just, when you go EW, both times now, you just kind of rushed it. You can always inch forward slowly. And not have to use your E right away, because that way if he grabs you, you can just stun and jump out. But the way that you're playing it, as you keep leading with it, so, and if you don't hit it, you're really risking getting pulled and out-traded. Here, you should just back. He can't really freeze that there reliably, and you're just kind of floating. You're not going to get anything done right now. You see how I called this a while back? He's not even autoing you there. He could have autoed you and just committed and killed you, but he pussied out. Or maybe not killed you, but he could have got your flash. Let's go back. So here again, you see how like you're just stuck in this awkward position? These are spots that I hate being in. And this is why I said we should have probably just backed and reset. Because we got no sustain and we've got no reliable way to like kill this dude. And I hate that. Like he should be in your butt cheeks right now and he's not. He's being a mega Sally. This is the gentlest Darius I've ever seen, honestly. W's a minion. That's pretty sick. So notice how I called that you should back when you had the wave pushed. This is all time that we're not getting good value here. And the other thing about backing when the wave is pushed to here as opposed to letting it push back out to here is that you have ignite. So you really want to be making sure that you back and get back into lane and not miss much XP. And that's kind of what you did wrong there. I mean, your biggest mistake was literally your leash so far, because it's just so bad. You should never do that anymore. You should never leash like that. And if you don't know how the leashing works, the minion targets whoever's closest. So if one guy's here and you are here, you are going to take the damage. But if you just poke at it and then run away, let your jungler tank the damage, and then that way you won't have to deal with coming in the lane half HP. Because that was your big, like I said, that was your biggest, absolute biggest mistake so far. That trade is great. You traded on your minions. He's level 6 now. I'd be a little scared. I would probably all in here every time. Okay, that was really messy. And you say that you're getting better at Riven and you want me to be hard on you. So this is what I'll tell you about this dive. This dive sucks for many reasons. The first one is you tell on yourself without ERing forward. So if you had just ER'd forward instead of whatever the hell you like R first or whatever, you also tried to do it from way outside of turret range. So like, look at this. Good Riven's probably going to do it like this. So Good Riven's literally just going to walk forward all the way in here because Darius doesn't, you have to remember that Darius doesn't have a flash. So how is he going to get away from this? So why do you tell on yourself here as opposed to just walking this in? Like walk him all the way in here. Let him walk in, intent to dodge. Like if he tries to lead with a Q for whatever reason, you dodge it and then you go in. But the way you play it, you give him a chance to run away as opposed to just letting him, like, okay, let's put it like this. He wants to farm these creeps, right? So if you ult here, he goes, fuck you, right? And he leaves, okay? If you walk at him, there's a chance he goes, like he doesn't know whether he can stay or leave because you're walking at him. But when you ult, you're telling him, you're saying, hey, bitch, right? I can kill you here. And he, you know, he's the most decisive or indecisive Darius I've ever seen, right? The whole point of low elo is understanding that people don't know anything unless you tell them a lot of the time. So like when you are here, you are telling him that you can kill him. And since he's a dumbass and has no concept of like when he's ahead or when he's behind, he's only going to know that you want to kill him. So he's just going to react and run away, which is going to cause you to have to burn flash ignite, which in my opinion, you could keep flash and ignite if you just walk it in. A lot of low elo and carrying low elo is understanding that you know more about the game than the guy that you're facing. So if we know that we kill him already, why are we telling on ourselves here as opposed to walking all the way into the turret, then pressing R, then combo him real quick, and then if we, you know, maybe we throw the ignite just to be safe, but we definitely never have to use the flash. So watch how you do it. You lead with your ult. So you draw turret aggro, but this guy doesn't have flash, no flash, and you should know that. So why do you even ult here? Why not just close the space out of turret range so you take no turret damage? Notice how you take all this turret damage? You see what I'm saying? This is very messy. In terms of, like, you just needed to calmly, like, you didn't have to panic. You could have, he had minions tanking. We could have walked straight up to the turret, straight into stun range if we wanted to, and then led with our ult if we wanted to. We could have walked forward and ERW if we wanted to, onto Darius and just basically one-tap him. But you panicked, and as a result, you not only told your opponent what your intent was, you misplayed so that you had to flash, ignite, and you took unnecessary damage so that if a jungle counter gank does come, you're definitely dead to it now and you can't 2v1. So you could have had flash, ignite, kept HP, potentially 2v1, and cause your lane opponent to stay on the turret and make a free kill and out. But you rushed it, told on yourself, charged in, wasted summoners, and then tanked damage. And here it is, right? I mean, right on schedule. You could escape this if we had more HP to play with. You could also escape this if you'd kept Ignite and Flash up. You could have very easily 2v1 kill here. Very easy 2v1 kill here. And this is what happens when we don't think about, like, you know, the minions are on the turret. Why am I rushing this? Why not just walk up to him? So he's playing like a big sissy. It's times like these. Alright, let's talk about this gank here. My only criticism with this is that you decide to trade without the intent to kill the Yi, so there's no point in trading. If you don't think you can kill him, then don't trade damage because he's just going to W. I don't think you can kill him anyways, unless you're a god and you play Riven like 1,000 games straight and know how to combo, because I think that's the only way you can kill him. I think that you can kill him with R and good combo and good animation cancels. I think you can kill him if you combo just right. But regardless, I don't think it's even worth going for, because at the end of the day, all you have to do is survive this gank. This guy's wasting time coming up here. And look at all this free damage you took as a result. Okay, he doesn't have ult, so there's no reason to run from him there. If you wanted to go on to him, you could have. But this is fine waiting for Rek'Sai. This is all pretty messy though, dude. In terms of execution, this is all about you not thinking about what champions are going to do, and that's why you miss so much damage here. You don't even have to ult here or panic. All you have to do is calmly just wait till he alpha strikes and then W. So in the future, anytime you're about to all in somebody on a like no matter what champion you're playing, this is especially true for carries, okay? You need to imagine what the person is going to do as a response to your all-ins, okay? You need to put yourself in their position. If you don't put yourself in their position, you are making a mistake in a 1v1. I'm telling you from experience, all good players always put themselves in their opponent's shoes as a fight's happening. Any mental lapse where you forget about what your opponent does is a mistake on your part, and that's how you should view it. Even if this kill is clean, and even if you win this 2v2, you need to understand that because you weren't thinking about the Yi alpha strike, you open yourself up to get outplayed. And that's what we have to avoid. This all doesn't matter what champion you're facing, right? If you think that you can just all in a Lulu when you haven't seen her ult, that, you know, this is for you, right? If you try to all in a Yasuo and he has this tornado like primed and you see it and you're running at him in a straight line instead of trying to dodge or maneuver his tornado, you weren't putting yourself in his shoes. If you're facing a what's another example here? If you're facing an Orianna and you're not accounting for the fact that if she is not CC'd and bursted that she's going to ult and shield herself, then you're not putting yourself in your opponent's position, and that's an error. So it's the same concept with the dive here, where we didn't think about what Darius is going to do or what his options are, and here you just didn't think about what Yi was going to do when you turned on him. So at first step it starts with combos, second step it starts with planning ahead before you do anything. Really focus on thinking, like, before you combo, what is he gonna do? Plan that script in your head. This is also important, and why I always say, especially when the season starts, do not play a lot of champs. Really try to drill down on the amount of champs you play, because I'm telling you from experience, like I've been messing around with all sorts of shit in the preseason, just feeding every other game, dicking around. And the reason why is because I'm trying to push limits, and because I'm trying to see like what champions I want to put as like perma pool champs, right? Well, in the meantime, learning those champs, I'm gonna fail so many ways. I'm gonna skill the wrong things. I'm gonna put the wrong masteries, maybe the wrong runes, maybe build the wrong items. I'm gonna be focusing on doing my combos, so I'm gonna misplay in situations because I'm trying to figure out my champion. Like, that is why if I play Gangplank, I automatically go up the ladder, even if Gangplank's not that strong. And if I played Riven right now, because I don't practice Riven, I'm shit, and I probably wouldn't climb very fast until I got a bunch of games under my belt. That's just how it is. So this falls into that. Okay, so Darius leaves. A push is really good here. What? What? I don't understand where we just went. Why did you go that way without shoving the lane? Watch yourself. I don't understand. This is 5 minions. That's 6 here. So that means that you are just throwing this XP away for no reason. This is just free XP that we're throwing away here. So it makes no sense. Yasuo goes top. If I'm putting myself in your position, I don't know if I could kill this guy, but I'm probably gonna try. But I'm going to... Actually, I'll probably just go in here a lot because he has no minions to work off of. I just finished Black Cleaver. It's a decent power spike for me. And... Actually, how much longer? It might be more optimal to feign weakness and just act like a bitch for a little bit until Ignite comes up and then just all in him. Just so you don't fuck it up. Yeah, this is exactly what you don't want to do. So you see how you jumped into him here to trade damage? Just sit here and play like a bitch and see what he does, and then wait a second until your Ignite's up so you can actually turn. Here, because you jump in, you give Yasuo the green light to poke at you, and then obviously the Darius is going to tank. You're probably dead here a lot. And they're horrible. They're like really horrible, just so you know. So, let's go back in time. Result does not mean that it was well played, okay? So this is great and all, that they're fucking morons and that they give you double kill, but I'm gonna go over this with you again so you understand. If you walk forward into these minions with the fed Yasuo 7 and 0, right? He's going to poke at you and it's gonna hurt. Okay, which is why we need to keep our all-in very, very succinct and short. So I would recommend just floating here so as to not take any poke damage and to just chill for a minute until your Ignite's up so that you can actually have a wiggle, like a window to go all in here. Some wiggle room, right? Notice how you do this. You blow everything in front of him so he crits you, and right away, I mean, that's a lot of damage. You see what I'm saying? Look how much damage you take. But it's pretty amazing that Darius Q doesn't go through. It's also pretty bad by you to not push anymore. I don't care if Yee's top. This is one of those situations where I just shrug my shoulders, and if Yee's top, he's top, and I'm dead. I don't give a fuck because it's low elo, and I need to push towers. You just killed 2 people. And you are running away for no reason, basically. I can see that you're scared, but like you need to understand that you just made a huge play, and we need to extend that play beyond what just happened. So I don't like that you back here. I think it's just waste value, right? Like that whole time you could have shoved in the turret, backed, drawn Yi to you. Potentially, to farm here. Like, I bet you he's just in the jungle jerking off. Yeah, he's jerking off. See? But I really want the wave pushed out. Or at least start pushing it out. And I'm shrugging my shoulders and going in because mid was pushing and there's 4 players bot. So I'm going to assume that in most cases, Yee's going to be towards bot side. 2 people just died. Also, mid was pushed. I really want to pull him towards me. But we needed to push out there. If Yee came, then, you know, whatever. Like I said. But I want to try to shove that and run, basically. I don't know where Darius is. He's bottom. Okay, so you shove this then. We know that Yasuo is coming for us because I don't even look, right? When I'm playing, I literally just look at the minimap most of the time. In general, I mean, it is good to check, just do like quick checks. But I like to be focused on this stuff because I don't want to get like punked from, especially if I don't have vision, I don't want to get punked from a flank here or some tard just running at me and me not being aware enough to react. Because that's kind of the thing with carry champs is if you give anyone slight momentum, you might lose. So we know Yasuo's coming back. We need to leave now, and you need to leave this way as opposed to up this way. If you go up this way, you're dead. This way is survival, okay? Right is good, up is bad versus Yasuo. Basically, you reverse your logic with Yasuo. So he's going to come running in. Good. You back away smartly. That was a good time to leave. Good job. And then you roam to bottom. Roaming to bottom here, I think, is a pretty good move. I think that long term, this is probably the right move. And in most cases, you're going to get some kills out of it, unless you fuck up. Alright, let's talk about why you fucked up here. There was a lack of confidence here. Let's start. In terms of pathing, first things first, for some reason you path around when you wanted to roam. Roaming was fine because you just want to avoid the Yasuo. I got it. So you're going this way. Watch where you go instead. You go around, right? Notice how you're not using any abilities. There, you finally do. Takes you way too long. You should have been going the whole time. This is an RE moment where you want to go ahead and just lead with your ult because you're going to maximize your damage here in the burst. Notice how you didn't anticipate the fight was coming back here and lead with your ult. You only ulted after Sivir had disengaged away from you. This is bad. This is why you're not able to get anything done here. Because if you had just engaged with your ult like you had a big penis, you would have already had killed Sivir, and then you could have spun around, helped out your Rek'Sai, maybe killed Leona, maybe decided where you want to go with this fight, but instead you now drag the fight out longer than it needs to be. You also, again, didn't anticipate what your opponent was likely to do with Spell Shield, so that means that you've spazzed and didn't give the guy a second to Spell Shield when you had plenty of cooldowns to go. And as a result, this clean kill into an escape or multi-kill is removed. And we have to burn our Ignite, which we wouldn't have to use if we had just engaged in. And then we get dicked on. Dicked on. And then Orianna feeds. Because why not, dude? Why not? Yeah, there's a lack of confidence here. So, same thing as before. If you're gonna go in, just ult in. This is definitely an ER kind of moment, if you want it. ER. ERW. Kill the Yi. ERW. Fuck him up. Or ERW, kill the Yasuo. Or ERW flash, or ER flash W the Sivir Yasuo and kill them. but you never seem to commit. You seem to only ult after a fight has broken out, instead of ulting to engage. Yeah, pooped on. Vanid, thanks for 3 months in a row. Again here. Notice. Watch yourself. This is again ERW time. Kill. ERW. Beat his ass. You got punked so hard here. That is the funniest thing I think I've seen, and a pretty good time to stop this replay, because this is pretty much where you know, the game's pretty much dead. So, from what I've seen, from what you've shown me, there's still a lot of work to be done with diving, with engaging, with managing your leashes. Plenty of shit to work on. So, you know, you're not horrible at Riven, but you're not impressive yet. And I would really, when you go back to this replay, I would really encourage you to watch what I was talking about with the dive. Watch that dive and understand that you literally engaged a dive here as opposed to walking it in, and get that confidence to understand that you can literally, when the minions are on the turret, you can walk all the way up to the guy so long as there's minions there. Okay? And then when you go into fights as Riven, if you're going to fight, like, if you're going to commit to a fight, you need to lead with your ult as opposed to comboing then ulting. That's not how Riven goes. Riven's all about snap engages. Okay? But yeah, this should help you a lot in the future. All right, YouTube, I hope you enjoyed this. This is Nisi. Please like, subscribe for more Season 7 coaching. I love you guys, and I'm out. Peace, cracks. Thanks so much.